evening, everybody. I am back today with a new video using the amazing main character energy from Shamal. I'm showing you these so funny photos that I have. I'm going to have 4 photos on this page. So, this whole layout started with that die cut because my kid is the funniest kid. Like, he just cracks me up. And you guys, I do not have like the best sense of humor. Like, I don't laugh at just anything, but man, he makes me laugh all the time. So I started with that die cut, and then I went through and I picked out some pattern papers that I thought worked well with the die cut, and then I pulled together some more of some of the other papers. This was super hard for me to kind of start. There were so many cute things. There were so many fun things. There were so many things I wanted to use and didn't. Initially, I had thought I was going to go ahead and use the stars and pull in some of that gold, and I didn't. I didn't even use any of these, and I really had thought that I was going to use the stars. But it's okay. I love how the layout turned out. That is going to be my background. So that's one of the Scandi papers. The other side of that is that blue one that has all of those different, like a Scandinavian type style. I'm really not sure about those, but I have more than one sheet of it. So I can use the cross hatchback as a background today, and then I'll use... I'm going to use the other side of it, the blue side of it, as soon as Shamal shows me how. So I'm just showing you some of those. I really wanted to use that cut apart piece, but I don't end up using that cut apart piece. Everything kind of looked too blocky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by kind of cutting down the things I think I know I want to use. Things like that square block. I definitely want to use the green captured journal box for my journaling. So I went ahead and set all of the goodies aside because I needed to just have a small amount of product on my desk, and I'm going to go ahead now and mount my photos. So I'm going to mat each photo. I'm going to mat 2 of them on that gorgeous striped paper, and then I'm going to mat 1 on the teal polka dot and 1 on the light purple. I have been trying really, really hard to get more photos on my pages. I don't know if you've noticed that or not. Not so much the heritage photo, but like the photos of my family and my kids and all of that. So this set of photos, there are 3 portrait photos and 1 horizontal photo. And I'm just trying to decide. I came up with this configuration for the photos, and then I can put my little title down there. Now I want to add some more pattern to this paper, to this layout. I want to add something that goes across maybe the top third. And you're going to see me really, really audition like every paper practically here, because some of them I knew right away wouldn't work. This one I sort of liked. And I kind of thought that was the one we were going to go with, but I'm not sure. So I literally went through all of the patterns, both sides of all the papers, and auditioned them all. And if I really liked one, I left it sit there. And if I didn't, then I just pulled it away. And then I still had that striped paper underneath until we get here. So call me crazy. I put this down and my photos just popped, and I was like, oh, but that's a busy paper. Oh, dare I do this? Dare I leave that one here? Like, you can kind of see me like tapping because I'm loving it, but do I dare? And the other thing is I didn't envision stars for this layout, and now we're going flowers. Should we go flowers? So I'm going to audition. I auditioned them all. But in the end, man, that floral paper it looked so good. It totally just popped my photos. And the more I auditioned other papers, the more I looked at other papers, the more I just kept coming back to that floral. So here I'm like, am I sure? Am I sure I want this? I don't want the stripe one. The stripe one looks nice. But you guys, as soon as I put that floral one down, it was like, boom. It's like the floral paper was saying, here I am. I'm the one you want to cut. So you know what? that's what we're going to do. We're going to change it all up around, and we're going to use that beautiful floral paper. So I got a 3-inch strip, and then I'm going to go ahead and I added this border, this branding strip, and I loved how it looked with the branding strip. And then when I put my photos down, I wanted more. So I wanted more strips under that 3-inch piece, some more different colors and strips. But yeah, look how awesome that looks. It had to be. So that is going to be my basic design. Then I had these 2 boxy pieces that I thought I wanted to use. One of them was this captured piece, and I wanted to add my journaling on it. But then I had this square piece. I loved what the square piece said. The square piece was perfect for these photos and the story I want to tell, but I didn't like the boxiness of it. I was wanting something more organic. I'm so sorry about my voice. I hope it's not too hard for you to understand me. I have got like the mother of all colds right now, and it is wreaking havoc on my voice. So what I'm doing now is I'm going through all the papers yet again, but this time I am strictly looking at branding strips. I'm not looking at patterns. I just want a couple branding strips because I want to place a couple more layers under that paper, and I also want one for across the bottom. So I chose this kind of dark green one with all the little flowers, and I'm just going to place that right up at the top, all the way across, spanning across. And I'm really liking how this is looking. I love the strips. I think it's going to work really, really well. I'm going to put my photos down, and when I put my photos down, I'm going to decide I want another strip across the bottom. So I chose which photo I wanted to be in the middle, and I'm using my ruler because if I can get this one photo centered and straight, then the other 3 just kind of fall into place. And then I'm going to place this kind of peachy color branding strip across the bottom. So while I start to embellish and kind of organize and decide what I want to do here, let's talk about these photos. So my son, my sister had a picnic. My brother came down and he dressed up as a pickle, which there will be more photos of this. And he did a little like DJ skit, and we made tie-dye shirts. It was a really fun picnic. Well, after my brother got out of his costume, Logan grabbed the glasses that went with his costume, and he wore them all over the picnic. Like for hours, he wore these funny glasses. He was striking poses. He was photobombing people in these glasses. And it was so funny. He had me rolling. And like I said, I don't laugh very often, but man, it was so funny. Even now thinking about it, I'm smiling. So I had these couple photos. I have a 5th photo of him in these glasses that I really want to scrapbook to, but that will have to go on another page. I wasn't quite sure how I could fit 5 photos on this page, so. But it was just, we had the best time, and I knew as soon as I started to print these photos and looked at them, that they were an absolute perfect match to Chamel's main character energy. All the photos from this event were. So back to my layout now. I put that bright gold sticker across the middle and then across the bottom. And you guys, I fidgeted with that journaling spot and that little piece so much. And I do end up using the journaling spot, but not that square piece. And now you're going to find out exactly why I buy so much paper. And I buy I'll buy one of each of the embellishments, and I buy like 2, 3, 4 sheets of each paper. This is a perfect example of why I do that. So to finish out my page, I'm actually going to go ahead and use elements from the papers. So I have this little 6x paper pad, and the 6x paper pad has this beautiful cut apart paper. I'm definitely going to go ahead and use that. Underneath, it's so cute. It says happy. It's the right color, like dark green, and I love it. And now I'm not going to use any embellishments. I'm going to fussy cut my own flowers out of the other half, or the other 6 inches or 10 inches, something, of that paper. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to fussy cut some flowers, and as soon as I popped that floral piece there, I was like, yes, that's what we need. We need to take the florals from the pattern at the top and pull them down into the rest of the layout, and that's what we're going to do. So this is why I buy all the paper, because I went through all of those embellishments, looked at them all, found a couple stickers I wanted, the die cut piece, a place to journal, which was from a paper, and then the rest of this layout is fussy cut. And now, you guys, I'm on my way and we're ready to go. So I'm just going to get 3 little clusters that include the florals onto the page, and that way the florals make a diagonal design that starts at that pattern paper and goes from the top right down to the bottom left. And I do end up kind of fussy cutting more of these flowers to create these fun little clusters. But so this is just like an idea of how the evolution of a page can go. I always have trouble with the first one that I went ahead and do, and it takes me a little bit longer to make decisions. It takes me a little bit longer to figure things out, but you guys, we are on a roll. I have 2 more pages to share with you, as long as my voice holds up and I can do the voiceovers and get them scheduled, haha, and they will be up Saturday and Sunday, so that's awesome. I love some of these die cuts. They're kind of perforated, so you can pull them apart and use them as different areas. I'm going to use that title. I still got it on the page, and that's 1 cluster done. Then up at the top right of my photo, so I've gone ahead and I'm fussy cutting more florals. I'm going to put a cluster of small florals in the upper right hand, and that cluster is actually going to include some other things. I'm going to work on this section down below. I kind of lost myself in where I went next on the page. So this is going to be where my journaling is going to go, and I'm just going to accent the journaling box with more florals. So here we are. I have used a little tab and a little sticker up at the top because I was afraid the florals on top of the florals would kind of be off the cuff, or it wouldn't be cohesive, and my voice is going, you guys, so I'm gonna skip to the end. So now I have all of those clusters in place, and there is some stickers I didn't use because that's how I roll, and I went with fussy cut flowers instead. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab the enamel dots, and I'm just going to use the pretty star ones. I love those little star ones. They're so cute. And I'm going to scatter them around to kind of reinforce the diagonal line here of the flowers, kind of floating down to the bottom of the page. Can I just say that when it comes to enamel dots, these like sparkle shapes are my absolute favorite. I would use them in a stamp. I would use them if there was an entire package of them that came in a pack. They're so cute. There's also a coordinating blog post over at a cherry on top to go with this video, and you can check out all the links to all the different products I used in the description box below.